changes in the course curriculum so that the talent pipeline keeps getting updated and the youth gets new opportunities. So that's a constant endeavor that we are making. About investment, investment is coming in all the 5 layers of AI stack. We have seen VCs committing funds for deep tech startups. We have seen VCs and other players committing funds for big solutions, big applications. We have seen VCs committing funds for further research in cutting edge models, because the next level of models will come from innovation, engineering innovation, as well as mathematical innovation. So both these things are where the funding is getting attracted. We are also seeing huge investment interest in the infra layer and the energy layer. Energy, as you all know, we are one of those very rare countries where more than 50% of the power generation capacity is from clean sources. So that's a very big thing. About 51% of our of our power generation capacity is from clean sources, and that is one big advantage that India has, and that was possible because our Prime Minister could foresee this huge requirement for energy, clean energy coming, and his commitment and his conviction for clean energy led to such huge investment in the energy. We, so far, whatever investment commitments we have seen, looks like in the coming 2 years, we should be seeing more than $200 billion worth investment across the 5 layers of AI stack. Magnitude, which layers? Yes, this is the biggest AI summit in the entire world. The response is phenomenal. The energy is palpable. Today, more than, I think Abhishek was just estimating, about 70,000 persons, especially young persons, have attended, joined this summit. And we can see the organization is very smooth. Absolutely. Whatever feedback you have, please share with us. We are open-minded. We have a war room operating right now where since yesterday, and any issue which is there, please report to us. We definitely will make efforts to make it more smooth and make it more enjoyable for all of you. If anybody has faced any problems yesterday, my apologies for that. We are working very hard. The entire team is working day and night to organize this world's biggest AI summit, and we'll make all efforts to make sure it is enjoyable for all of you. Regarding the models which have been launched, which are part of the Sovereign Bouquet, many of the models have been tested and measured on parameters. They've been compared with global models, and so many parameters, they have actually been rated better than many of the large global models in the world. And that's one big testament of our innovation capabilities. And as Stanford has also rated India as among the top 3 AI nations. And as we go forward, we'll be launching the AI Mission 2.0, where there will be huge focus on research and development, on innovation, on AI diffusion, on further strengthening the common compute that we have been able to develop in the AI Mission 1.0. In the AI Mission 1.0, very clearly, we have shown our Prime Minister's vision of democratizing technology, where unlike in so many other countries where the AI infra is under the control of a handful of companies, we in India have been able to provide AI compute to a very large section of our population. And that's one big differentiator, just like the digital public infrastructure, which brings technology to vast sections of the population. That similar structure we have created as part of the AI Mission 1.0. we are expecting another 20,000 GPUs over and above the 38,000 GPUs that we already have in the common compute layer. Very soon we'll be getting Abhishek. कब तक आ जाएगा? Already? Another 10 days. Another 10 days, 6 months. Order कब तक हो जाएगा? Another 1 week, we'll be placing orders for another 20,000 GPUs, and they will be deployed within the next 6 months. So it's a constant endeavor to provide high quality, good resources to our startups and researchers and students. Our government is focused on making technology accessible to the entire large section of people who would like to use it. There are questions about harmful content and whether there is consensus. Yes, a good consensus is emerging among the global leaders. Our interactions so far with many other countries, everybody believes that yes, AI should be used for good and all the harmful impact should be contained, and that has to be done through a techno-legal approach that cannot be done merely through regulating or merely through passing a law. It has to be done through a techno-legal approach where technology can be used. And as you know, in our AI Safety Institute, which is a virtual institute, we are working with many academic institutions for creating the technical solutions to prevent harmful impact of AI. Regarding some people not attending, this is a personal choice. I would not like to comment on it. Mr. Jensen Huang reached out to us and he said that because of something really unavoidable, he was very keen to work here, but he has deputed his very senior executive to join us. And NVIDIA is also working with some Indian companies. I cannot share the names at this point of time for some very large investments in AI infra. They're also working with some software companies for developing many use cases and that safety plane, the control plane, which they are working with certain startups in our country for creating a sovereign AI ecosystem for further augmenting the sovereign AI ecosystem.
So they're doing 20 sessions with the top executives, all of them are here.
All the top executives are already here and they are doing about 20 sessions. So absolutely the commitment from all the global AI leaders is present. They are there. Regarding AI deployment, which sectors? Practically every sector. This is the fifth industrial revolution, which will impact each and every sector of the economy and society. We have seen so many good healthcare solutions in the expo, where healthcare will become very affordable because of AI. We have seen education solutions where education can become tailored for every student. So those kind of solutions are possible using AI. Regarding chips, yes, our semiconductor mission is very much cognizant of the advancements which are required for the AI world. And as you go forward in the Semicon 2.0, design will be the primary focus. Design will be the first focus, and we do believe that some big, at least 50 deep techs will come out of India in the coming years because of the efforts that we are making. About the Create in India mission, I'll talk more about it in the coming weeks. Our focus will be to give opportunities to our youth to use technology and the creative energy to be able to generate new content, to be able to tell the stories in better ways in the coming weeks. I'll share you more details about it. Okay, I've covered all these points in the first round. Let's go to the third row now on the left.
Hi, sir. This is Dev from Ink42 Media. Sir, I have two questions. First is, sir, what's India's strategy to democratize AI for MSMEs and small town? That's the first. The second one is, what's one global problem India can solve with AI that...
Are you looking to transition your career into data science and find a place in companies like Meta, Google, or even Amazon? If your answer is yes, then learning Python is a must. Fundamental clarity of Python concepts is the gateway to becoming a successful data scientist at any of these top product companies. What if I tell you in just 3 hours, you can learn the most essential skills for any aspiring data scientist, and that too for free? Yes, you heard it right. Scalar is organizing this free data science bootcamp to help you learn Python from scratch. You will also get to explore the must know libraries used in Python and exploratory data analysis using Python. Click here to register and don't forget to attend.
Third row either, third row either. Third row right. You call?
So, Avik Das from Business Standard, just two questions. You talked about the data centers. A majority of investments, at least, has gone into there. But I also wanted to get your views upon the, the sustainability of data centers, especially in the case of usage of water, as well as the usage of huge demand for electricity. So how does the government really intend to tackle that? And the other question, we already talked about the IT companies' stocks being down. From the ministry perspective, what would your message be to the IT companies who have really suffered quite a bit of a blow over the last couple of weeks? Thank you.
Hi, sir. Arundeep from The Hindu. I'm just checking on two things. One is on the multilateral conversations for the outcomes that we have for the 19th. Second is we've seen a lot of conflicting reportings on whether Bill Gates will be coming. Can you kind of confirm specifically for that speaker whether he will be coming and speaking?
Minister Vaishnav, this is Miraj from WION. My question is on AI policy, where does India want to stand? We've got deregulation and private innovation in the US, and we've got a fairly stringent European DSA. Where do you want to stand? And related to that, do you think that tech neutrality is even possible in the world today, given the US and China?
Can you repeat the second question?
Yes, I was wondering if you think that tech neutrality is even possible today.
Sir, this is Manas from the Times of India. I want to know about which are the 30 countries that you have mentioned you were in touch with, the government is in touch with for the technological solutions, and what kind of solutions we are looking at the end of the session. And is there any kind of counter challenge from the AI, big tech AI companies?
सर मैं राजीव हूँ दैनिक जागरण से। आपने सर डेमोक्रेटाइज करने की बात की है, तो इंडिया में भी अभी बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जो एआई के बारे में जानते भी नहीं। मेरे ख्याल से मैं गलत भी हो सकता हूँ, दुनिया में भी बहुत सारे लोग अभी एआई के बारे में, एआई है क्या इसको लेकर नहीं जानते हैं। तो हम अपने किसान को या जो छात्र हैं या मतलब उसका जो लास्ट माइल तक हमारी, जैसे आपने कनेक्टिविटी की बात की और देश में हुआ, तो लाइक दैट क्या एआई को लास्ट माइल तक आप कैसे ले जाएंगे, छात्र से लेकर किसान से लेकर, और तो उसके लिए क्या प्रयास करें?
बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन। Third row, anybody else?
Okay.
So this is Momita from PTI. Over the last many hours, people I spoke to talked about how India did so well in DPI, and they were actually saying, exuding confidence that the same can be done by the country. So far as AI is concerned, given that this is the summit for the first time taking place in Global South, what kind of interest have you seen in countries, nations of Global South, wanting to replicate India's AI model? The second question is around concerns. One, of course, was the meltdown of tech stocks, but equally importantly, the fear of job losses. And there's so much youth at the summit. What is your message to them?
Yeah. I'll take these questions. Third row completed? I'll take the question. First, I'll take this question about awareness, last mile. This is very, very important question. मैं हिंदी में जवाब दूं, आपने हिंदी में प्रश्न पूछा था इसलिए। एआई के बारे में देश भर में जानकारी मिले और विशेषकर हमारे किसानों को, एमएसएमईज को, हमारे ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में रहने वाले नागरिकों को, इसके लिए भारत ने जो सॉवरेन मॉडल्स में काम किया है, इसमें बहुत बड़ा फोकस रखा है मल्टीलिंगुअल मॉडल्स पे। भारत की जो भाषाएं हैं और विशेषकर जो बोलियां हैं, उन बोलियों में भी बहुत अच्छे से एआई का प्रसारण हो सके, एआई के बारे में जानकारी मिल सके और एआई का उपयोग करके उन बोलियों में भी सॉल्यूशंस क्रिएट किए जा सके, वो एक बहुत बड़ा फोकस रखा है एआई मिशन का। अभी थोड़ी देर बाद में एक आप हैकेथॉन देखेंगे, उस हैकेथॉन में भारत की बोलियों में एक एआई का मॉडल यूज करके आप 2 घंटे में एक नया सॉल्यूशन क्रिएट कर सकते हो, प्रोटोटाइप ऐप यूज क्रिएट कर सकते हो। ये एक बहुत बड़ी कैपेबिलिटी भारत ने डेवलप की है। और अगर आप सर्वम के मॉडल्स देखें, बाकी दूसरे मॉडल्स देखें, इन सब मॉडल्स में सारा फोकस है किस तरह से भारत की भाषाओं का प्रॉपरली उपयोग हो सके। और बहुत ध्यान दिया गया है कि लैंग्वेज का और ओरल जो हमारा भारत का ट्रेडिशन हजारों वर्षों से वर्बल ट्रेडिशन रहा है, और इस वर्बल ट्रेडिशन में किस तरह से एआई का उपयोग करके और ज़्यादा उसको स्ट्रेंथन किया जा सके, वो बहुत इसमें ध्यान दिया गया है। एमएसएमईज और किस तरह से हम उनका उपयोग कर सके, एआई मिशन 2.0 में हम कई सारे ऐसे सॉल्यूशंस लेंगे, जैसे हेल्थ केयर में है, एमएसएमईज के लिए है, किसानों के लिए है। वी विल बी creating a bouquet of solutions which are trusted solutions, which have been tested on security, which have been tested on all possible parameters. Then we will present those solutions as a kind of like UPI, where the bouquet of solutions is available to the world for using it and on building on top of it. उस तरह का एक मॉडल क्रिएट करेंगे, AI का UPI, AI का UPI we will create, जिसमें हम कई तरह के सॉल्यूशंस जो MSMEs यूज कर सके अपनी प्रोडक्टिविटी को बढ़ाने के लिए, जो हेल्थ केयर में ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों के डॉक्टर्स यूज कर सके अपने हेल्थ केयर को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए, जो ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों के स्कूल्स में टीचर्स यूज कर सके बच्चों को अच्छी बेटर एजुकेशन देने के लिए। हर तरह के इस तरह के सॉल्यूशंस को हम फ्री में यूपीआई के माध्यम, यूपीआई जैसा एक प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से एआई मिशन 2.0 में ये प्रोवाइड करेंगे। और इसके पीछे का जो इंफ्रा रिक्वायर्ड होगा, उस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को जिस तरह से कॉमन कंप्यूट का ये मॉडल बना है, वैसा ही और बड़ा इंफ्रा हम प्रोवाइड करेंगे। और जो भारत से सॉल्यूशंस इस तरह के बनेंगे, many of these solutions will become global solutions, just like the UPI has become a global solution today. There are so many rich countries who would like to have a solution like our payment system. Japan has given a patent to it. So that kind of solution, those kind of solutions will come out of India, because we know how to work on frugal resources. On very few resources, we can create solutions. We have seen how our sovereign models have been created on very frugal resources. So that kind of solution capability is available in our country only. So we'll be able to provide a totally new bouquet of solutions to the world. Sovereign AI basically has multiple connotations. One of the things is having our own sovereign models so that we don't remain dependent on anybody for our strategic requirements, our own. Infra, whether it is in being able to take those solutions without remaining dependent on anybody else's approval to large number of people. That is all part of sovereign AI thought process. Multilingual, I've spoken. Apps and models. There are so many models which have been, I think you should go and see some of the models and how they have been rated globally. Regarding the infra layer requirement of power and water, yes, that's a major concern. That's a genuine concern. We are addressing it in multiple ways. First major thing that we are doing is we have invested hugely in clean power. As you know, one of the world's largest clean power facility is coming in India. And we are also asking the researchers to bring out new ways by which the power consumption and water consumption can reduce significantly. There are startups who today claim that power consumption can be reduced by 35% over the current ways of deploying AI infra. So that looks very promising and many new solutions will come. Our message to the IT industry is to go whole hog on reskilling and upskilling the workforce, upskilling the talent. Multilateral conversations, I've spoken about it. About the regulation versus innovation, if you have seen our DPDP Act, the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, unlike the GDPR template, this is a very balanced template where innovation and regulation are balanced in a very healthy manner. Same structure we would like to follow in all our regulations where we come out very heavy on the harmful impact, but we promote the innovative capabilities and we encourage the use of technologies for solving genuine problems of the society. Tech neutrality, I think it's a very, it's something that, again, like sovereign AI, it's a very vast question. Question is, we should be able to control our own destiny. That's more important. And we definitely are committed to do that as industry, as government, as academia. All three of us are committed to fully focus on making sure that our destiny remains within our control. Lots of solutions are coming up which can be shared with Global South, and I discussed about the impact on IT industry already. We go to the fourth row.
Hi, sir. My name is Abhinav Sharma. Hi, sir. My name is Abhinav Sharma. And my question is, so you talked about the productivity that AI will bring. So we all know that it is clearly improving productivity across all the industries. But at the same time, it is creating anxiety around job losses, especially in entry level and wide.
Repeat the questions which have already been asked and addressed. Let's have, if you have new questions, let's ask.
Sir, just last question. So my question is that how does the government assess which job losses are short-term disruptions versus AI will actually create sustainable and long-term employment? This is my question. Thank you.
Hi, sir. This is Lalit from Best Media Info. My first question to you would be, yesterday there was a quote from you that said that global OTT platforms like Netflix should work within the cultural context of India and adopt stronger safeguards against AI misuse and deepfakes. Does this mean that we can expect tighter, more structured norms around how OTT platforms are regulating themselves? Because right now there's a soft regulation framework under the IT rules. My second question would be around AI platforms sourcing, attributing norms, and their, is there any framework from the MIB coming for the revenue sharing or licensing for news content that is being used to train AI models? Thank you.
Hello, sir. This is Ishita from Republic. You were talking about inclusivity, which has been the larger message from the summit. I want to ask you, is India working with Southeast Asia, Latin America, and Africa to ensure that we're not staring at an AI divide in the, let's say, next decade? And also, sir, you were talking about AI sovereignty. Could you help us with a big picture of how sovereign is India when it comes to AI in terms of owning our data, models, and computing as well? Thank you, sir.
Hi, sir. Shweta Punj from Money Control. My question is regarding India emerging as a leader in the global south where AI is concerned. What is our strategy for that? And also the big question, when will India have its DeepSeek moment?
Hi, this is Supriya Roy from the Times of India. I just wanted to quickly follow up a little bit on the sovereign AI comments. What are some measurable milestones that will perhaps define India's success in that area? And if you could just pinpoint on the exact thesis, is it about isolation from geopolitical shocks that's that it guardrails against, or is it just to be a part of the global AI, have economic control of some sense on the global AI value chain? What exactly is the thesis there?
Sir here. Rohit here from Dynamite News, sir. I would
Third row हो चुकी, fourth row में जाइए.
So I know it's been asked before, but since it's not been addressed yet, this is Arunav Saikia from AFP News Agency. So there have been news reports about Bill Gates not attending the summit and his name appear supposedly being taken out of the conference schedule. Can you please clarify that, sir?
Hi, sir. This is Navodita from Outlook Business. I wanted to understand a bit on the safe harbor part with AI deepfakes increasing rapidly and cybersecurity experts always saying that it's impossible to control it. Tech platforms always say safe harbor is something that protects them. Will the government relook into it with deepfakes being so massive? And also, we are seeing a lot of countries focusing on age-based restriction for social media platforms. Is that something that India is looking at?
Hi, sir. Jatin Grover from Mint. Just wanted to check the last 3 summits we have had in UK, Paris, and Seoul. So, is there was no certain kind of a binding agreements on the countries? Is India maybe trying to have certain kind of a binding agreements wherein some of the things can be enforced on these countries? That's one. Second, on the startups which are building the foundational model here, any kind of a plan to build marketplace for them, because monetization would be a challenge. Is the government being seeing themselves as a client or maybe helping these people to get the marketings?
Sir, Rohit here from Dynamite News. I just want to ask, its government is planning, because India's large population is rely on agriculture sector, its government is planning to use AI to help farmers and farming sector.
Hi, sir. Danish from Money Control. My question is about the AI infra build out globally and global players prioritizing large AI markets like US and China. How is Indian government ensuring assured access to critical memory components for our own AI build out? And second question is on ISM 2.0.
Mineral or
Sorry?
Did you want to ask about minerals or?
No, memory components.
Memory.
And second question is government engaging with Samsung or SK Hynix to expand advanced memory packaging or fabrication under ISM 2.0?
Sir, Ronendra from the Hindu Business Line. I just had a query on the bilateral agreements that are being signed here on the site's line.
पता है क्या? I was on a road trip. Windows down, music up, and boom, car breaks down. Now I panic. Google, mechanic near me. But then, plot twist. I have ICICI Lombard Comprehensive Car Insurance. Breakdown? Not happening anymore. Get ICICI Lombard Comprehensive Car Insurance now.
Sir, Ashish from Business Standard. You mentioned that you're talking to 30 countries on the framework for AI. We have recently come out with the SGI guidelines. I just wanted to understand what else can be there on those guidelines so that there is more responsibility and onus on global intermediaries.
Hi, a very good afternoon, sir. Ashmit from CNBC TV 18. Just a couple of questions, sir. One, a clarification. When you mentioned $200 billion in investments, is that including or over and above the 70 that we've already received commitments for? And number two, you've previously stated that India has, as a statement of intent, leaning towards nuclear power when it comes to AI infrastructure. With the Shanti Act now having been passed, what is the next logical step in terms of incentivizing the use of nuclear energy?
Okay, I'll take the questions from the fourth row. See, I've addressed many of the questions. I won't repeat that for the benefit of time. All yours time is as valuable as anybody else's time. Regarding Netflix, I'll cover Netflix, deepfakes, what else on the SGI guidelines. These three questions together. It's a given that any company which operates must operate within the constitutional framework of the country in which it is operating. So whether it is Netflix or YouTube or Meta or X, they must all operate within the legal framework and the Constitution of India. That's very clear. It has to be, it's a global norm. All multinationals understand this. And this is also a well-established legal position. Regarding the cultural context, it's very important for the multinationals to understand the cultural context of the country in which they are operating, because one particular cultural context can make so much difference. Something which is normal in one country can be prohibited in another country. Something which is prohibited in one country can be normal in another country. So it's very important that the multinationals, they operate within the cultural context of the country in which they are operating. And most countries, most companies do strive to do that. And always there is a learning curve in that journey. Regarding deepfakes, I think we need much stronger regulation on deepfakes. I think it's a problem which is growing day by day, and certainly there is a need for protecting our children, protecting our society from these harms. There is definitely we have initiated a dialogue with the industry already on this. What kind of regulation would be needed beyond what we have already, beyond the steps that we have already taken up? Even our IT committee of the parliament have studied this issue, and they have also made certain recommendations. So certainly I believe that yes, we need much stronger regulation on deepfakes, and we definitely must create that consensus within the parliament for creating those significantly stronger restrictions on deepfakes so that the society can be protected from these harms. Similar question is about age-based. This is something which has now been accepted by many countries, that age-based regulation has to be there. It was part of our DPDP when we created this age-based differentiation on the content which is accessible to young people. So that time itself, we took that forward-looking step. And and right now we are in conversation regarding deepfakes, regarding age-based restrictions with the various social media platforms on what is the right way, or what is the right way to go forward on this. Copyrights is also part of it. This is again a very complex item, because most of the AI models are trained on media which is available in public domain. And we do believe that the content creators, especially the news creators, they must get a fair remuneration for the content that they are creating. That is something that we sincerely believe as government. And I think the public policy should also be oriented towards that. We are talking to the big platforms. They have all more or less shown inclination towards having a process by which fair remuneration can be given to the content creators, especially the news creators who are part of the conventional media, where the conventional media's content is being used by the digital platforms. And we believe that there has to be a fair distribution of the revenue which comes out of the big efforts that the conventional media teams create. We believe in that, and we are constantly in dialogue with the big platforms on that. The investment of 200 billion is likely to be exceeded, given what we hear so far. It is, at this point of time, what we understand is this is including the $90 billion, which has already been committed. But as we go forward, we are most likely to exceed this number also, given, but I would not like to speculate on this. I would like to give you very clear answers as we go forward. Regarding nuclear energy, regarding bilateral agreements, as new agreements and new announcements come, we'll share with you. Regarding memory, very soon we'll be starting the commercial production in a very large facility which is going to produce memory chips. Very soon that will be coming. Stay tuned for that. We'll be announcing the date very shortly. There are many more people who want to invest in memory manufacturing here in India. And we are also taking up a research project as part of our Semicon 2.0, where we can develop some IP around latest high bandwidth memory chips. And we are finding very encouraging response from the leading researchers on this, on developing the next level of high bandwidth memory in our country. We sincerely believe that AI must be democratized. AI divide is like tech divide, like any other social phenomenon. It's something that we must consciously try and bridge it, and that's why we are focusing so much on our Prime Minister's vision of democratizing technology. I've covered many other things regarding who's attending, who's not attending. That's personal choices which people make, which we should not comment, and I did not comment on that. If you want to comment, you can comment on your own, but I don't want to comment on it. We can go to the, we can take last 10 questions. It's already time for the next session. From the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th row. No, up to 4, no more.
Hello, sir. This is Tanvi. I'm from Fox News. You mentioned recently about the idea for global AI commons, and I believe India has a lot of advantages in engineering at scale with what you've done in India Stack, pioneer. Pioneering some engineering innovations from India.
Very good question. Thank you.
Hi, Minister. This is Arjun Kripal from CNBC International. I had a quick question specifically on foreign investment. You previously said this year Apple will ship $50 billion worth of iPhones manufactured here in China. Is this going to be higher this year? And if so, by how much? A previous goal was 25% of global iPhone production out of India. Has that goal been achieved or surpassed? And just secondly, on OpenAI, how close are you to getting OpenAI to commit to a Stargate project here in India?
Can you repeat the second question?
Yeah, on OpenAI, how close are you to getting OpenAI and its partners to commit to a Stargate infrastructure project here in India?
सर नमस्कार, कृष्ण मोहन शर्मा। सर दो सवाल है, छोटे छोटे सवाल हैं। अर्बन एंड रूरल डिवाइड है एआई टेक्नोलॉजी को लेके। अर्बन इंडिया में लोगों को जॉब लॉस की चिंता सता रही है और रूरल इंडिया में कल्चरल लॉस की चिंता। एक सवाल और है सर कि रूरल इंडिया में जब हम जाते हैं तो डेटा और स्किल गैप, इसको सर हम कैसे मैनेज करें?
अच्छा क्वेश्चन।
Hi, sir. Rakesh Kumar from New Indian Express. My question is around any investment commitment from the big tech giants who are participating in this edition, or also, sir, India is one of the biggest use base for the AI companies. So, like, what are the
question? थोड़ा सा mic pass रखो।
India is one of the biggest user base for the company AI companies. So, what are the investment plans of these companies in India?
नमस्ते सर, मैं आकाश श्रीवास्तव हूं। सर मेरा सवाल है एआई को लेकर। एआई का सम्मेलन ही चल रहा है सर। एआई का मिस यूज और यूज को लेकर क्या स्कूल के सिलेबस में इस तरह की कोई प्लानिंग है जिससे कि शुरू से ही जागरूकता आ सके? थैंक यू सर।
सर मेरा एक सवाल है महेश केजरीवाल फ्रॉम लोकसत ग्रुप से। सर ये एआई का जो प्रभाव जिस तरह से पड़ रहा है अभी इस समय जो दिखाई पड़ रहा है, उसमें जो ट्रेडिशनल जो लोग हैं जो गांव में विशेषकर जो काम कर रहे हैं, जो सालों से अपना काम कर रहे हैं, उन पर भी कोई असर पड़ेगा? अगर असर पड़ेगा तो इस जोखिम को रोकने के लिए सरकार क्या करेगी?
पूछते जाओ हम लोग।
So I'm Ridhima from RT India. So my question to you is that India generates massive amount of data, yet most of the LLMs are built and controlled in the global north, while they are being tested at a massive scale in the global south. So is this creating some sort of a data colonialism at this point in time? My question to you, sir.
Hi, Mr. Vaishnav. Abhinandan Mishra, this side from the Sunday Guardian newspaper. My question is, when the summit ends on 20th, what are the verifiable parameters that you look at to decide how successful the summit was?
Hello.
Sir.
Hi, sir. Shavik from Mint. Two quick questions, sir. The 200 billion investment figures that you mentioned, are we largely looking at that from an infrastructure standpoint, or is it more of a holistic AI investments? And the second question is we have a number of big tech companies in participation. Are we seeing interest from them in terms of engineering related investments and jobs as well, or are there most of their India operations?
Sir, Abhishek, this side from Rajasthan Patrika. I wanted to ask Raksha Kshetra mein.
Sorry, I stopped it. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll just finish the question, sir. There are a number of big tech companies in participation here at the summit. A lot of their current expansion and job operations are sales driven because they consider India a big market. Are you hearing conversations around them using India as an engineering hub as well? Thank you.
Sir, Abhishek, this side from Rajasthan Patrika. I want to ask कि रक्षा क्षेत्र में AI और autonomous weapons को लेकर के क्या हम कुछ सोच रहे हैं, कर रहे हैं, कुछ आप शेयर करना चाहें?
Repeat करो तो.
सर, रक्षा क्षेत्र को लेकर के था कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को लेकर के क्या कुछ काम हो रहा है, अगर कुछ ऐसा है जो शेयर कर सकें.
Mr. Vaishnav, Pallav Bagla, science editor, NDTV. A follow-up question on the earlier one, which was in Hindi. What is India's policy on autonomous lethal weapon systems? Are we going to be using them, or we are going to be not using them? The other question is, you didn't answer on nuclear energy. Can we have artificial intelligence deployed without atomic energy or nuclear energy in full capacity? And what is your position on space-based data centers?
AI mission से अगर
Sir, I am Prakashan, Madhubhumi. So many foreign AI platforms are now rapidly expanding in India by offering free access and collecting large amount of linguistics and behavioral data. And how is the government ensuring that such a enormous amount of data collection does not create an unfair advantage for the foreign companies over the Indian AI ecosystem and Indian model AI development?
Sir, this is Subhash Raturi from Dynamite News. My question is that will AI generate more jobs in India or reduce the employment?
One last question. Nishan.
Hi, sir. AI data center are extremely power intensive and energy cost directly determine competitiveness. Is the government considering dedicated power subsidies for AI focused data center in India?
चलिए एक और last.
Hello, Ashwini sir. Milan here, independent now and working with the Red Mic. So, इतनी सारी tech companies आज AI summit में आई हैं और हमारे साथ collaborate कर रही हैं. हमारे जो IT global hubs हैं हैदराबाद में, बेंगलुरु में, जहाँ पर साथ में jobs जा रही हैं, उनका futuristic आप role कैसे देखते हैं? और of course, in addition, national security and AI, how do you see that together?
So I'm Shipra from Times Internet. My question is, how are you addressing the privacy issues along with all the big tech companies and the public LLM models that are available? So have you undertaken any, or are you planning to undertake any committee or addressing this privacy issue?
Okay, I'll take this last set of questions. मैं सबसे पहले ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों का और जागरूकता वाला पॉइंट जो था इनको एड्रेस करूंगा. स्कूल्स में और एकदम शुरुआत से ही छात्रों को जागरूकता हो एआई के मिसयूज की, हार्म्स की, प्रॉब्लम्स की, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन के साथ मिलकर ऑलरेडी स्कूल के करिकुलम में ही एआई के बारे में जागरूकता पैदा करें और क्या नुकसान हो सकते हैं, क्या बेनिफिट्स हैं, उसके बारे में छात्रों को शुरू से जानकारी रहे. कल से एक मिशन भी चला है छात्रों ने प्लेज ली है कि वो एआई का यूज केवल अच्छे उपयोग के लिए करेंगे और उसका एक गिनेस बुक ऑफ वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड में जाने की संभावना भी बन रही है। इतने ज़्यादा छात्रों ने अभी तक ऑलरेडी 2.5 लाख स्टूडेंट्स ने प्लेज within 24 hours 250,000 students have taken pledge to use AI for good, to use AI for proper uses rather than misuses. So mostly that will become a world record. So that kind of approach we are taking so that there is awareness, जागरूकता रहे students में इसकी। ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में और रूरल और अर्बन में जो कल्चरल विषय में जो लोगों में कंसर्न है, बहुत जेन्युइन कंसर्न है। इसीलिए जो भारत के बने एआई मॉडल्स हैं उसमें कल्चरल कॉन्टेक्स्ट का बहुत ध्यान रखा गया है। किस तरह से भारत के
I love timeless and versatile pieces, be it in fashion or my home. That's why I have Samsung's Bespoke AI side-by-side refrigerator. I already had the Bespoke AI double-door refrigerator, but the glass finish and the convenient features of the side-by-side had me convinced to upgrade. It suits my many roles perfectly. I'm a mom, content creator, and a Kathak dancer. My hands are full at all times, and sometimes even literally. That's when the auto open door comes in very handy. Just like magic, isn't it? This convertible refrigerator provides flexibility of storage with twin cooling technology. So, give your home a beautiful and intelligent makeover with the Bespoke AI refrigerator.
ही होता है, तो इसमें कोई बहुत नई बात नहीं रही। और एआई विदाउट न्यूक्लियर वाला पॉइंट है, न्यूक्लियर क्लीन एनर्जी है और जहाँ पर भी जिस समुदाय को जिस स्टेट में wherever people are willing to install nuclear energy वहाँ पे nuclear energy install करे और nuclear energy में जितने innovations हो रहे हैं, it's becoming safer day by day. I just recently came across one proposal from one startup where they are looking at micro nuclear plants now. SMR तो हमने देखा ही सुना ही था, अब माइक्रो न्यूक्लियर के बारे में भी बातचीत चल रही है, उसमें रिसर्च चल रही है, तो कई नई तरह की चीजें आ रही है। Regarding power and energy cost, I have discussed it in the past. Regarding Stargate, already $200 billion investment is coming. I have shared it multiple times. एक ही बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन आया कि लो कॉस्ट इंजीनियरिंग के लिए भारत को और ग्लोबल एआई कॉमन्स वाला क्वेश्चन। भारत ने हमेशा नॉलेज को एक तरीके से सारी दुनिया को दिया है, चाहे डेसिमल सिस्टम हो, चाहे ट्रिग्नोमेट्री हो, चाहे ज्योमेट्री की सारी फंडामेंटल थियरम्स हो, वे बैक इन आवर एंटायर सिविलाइजेशनल जर्नी। अभी आज के दिन में डिजिटल पब्लिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है which we have offered to the world as a public, as a common good, as a public good, which any country can today use and create solutions around it. And so many rich countries have adopted that framework where we are not asking for any royalty or we are not asking for any license fee on that. We have given that as a common good. And we believe that this is something which a civilization as rich and as ancient as our civilization is, we have that legacy and we have that responsibility to the world to keep providing those common goods. We believe that as a civilizational nation that we are, we believe in that. There are questions about investment in whether it is only in infra. I think the 200 billion I'm saying, that is about, that is the investment in infra. Over and above that, about $17 billion is committed for investment in deep tech and application layer. In the deep tech and application layer, which is where the VCs have committed that, are committing that kind of funds. They'll be making the announcements. And as they make the announcements, we'll keep sharing with you. I think this number will only increase. This will And as we go forward, the confidence that the world has on India, that is going to grow. And yes, the big tech is using, they are looking at India as a trusted destination for engineering solutions and engineering innovation, as we have seen in the case of semiconductors, where now the global capability centers, they are designing 2 nanometer chips, end-to-end solutions they are designing. They are designing complete systems. So that's a trend which is already there. I think I covered all the points, and thank you once again for joining us in such large numbers. Enjoy the summit, and please keep sharing your feedback. Whatever feedback you share, we are very open-minded government, and we believe that this is your summit. This is your summit, and make the best of it. Thank you.
सूचना और प्रसारण मंत्री का संबोधन देख रहे थे